Hey everyone, I'm Tassenix and welcome to Season 77, 5 vs 5 Grand Arena Championship, Week 1, Round 3. My opponent is DVDrk the Ruthless. I've never played this guy before. He's an interesting opponent. It's rare to see somebody I haven't fought a tryhard in the old days, I see. And my understanding is it's two guys mutually working together with this account. So it's going to be a very fun matchup. I see at least one of my opponents is here in the chat. Dan, that's the best I can do to pronounce that, but welcome. Good to see you. Lost Womprak, good luck, KiIISr. Appreciate it. I will probably need the luck. Because this guy's another one in the sense, like, you can't say where here he is under 15 million and I'm just over 17. We're both here in the top 20 of the game. What he may not have in sheer size, he's got his datacrons worked out and he's playing right for the most part. So should be a fun one. Yeah, I don't speak French, so any French in the chat, I will have to just go like this. Yes. Nashorn, good to see you. Hugsy, good evening, Mr. Tass. Hope all is well with you and the family. Best of luck tonight. Seems I myself will be going 3-0 this week. Very nice, man. Really like to hear that. Everybody in the patron chat had a good week, too. Gamroth, hey, good luck, Tass. Appreciate it. Yeah, Boss One's voting for Dada. No doubt. Eritrean, good to see you. Bushman. DVDrk, hey there, Tassenix. Best of luck. So I think this is the other part of our duo. Yeah, so DVDrk and Dan. This should be a really interesting fight, guys. Let me go ahead and get the predictions started. Gotta be honest with ourselves. This guy is probably one of the one or less guys. I feel like we're going to do this the same setup as You Can't Say yesterday. Yep. Today you bet on the under. Don't fail me now. I mean, I need it to be the under as well, I think. I think we've got some trouble. Did they clear front? Yes. I was going to get to that here in a couple of minutes, but they did. So that is always appreciated. It's a very good courtesy. He's fully committed to my wall. He knows everything that I have because he can deduce what I haven't set. And yeah, that way when I show everything when I go to attack, I'm not like outing myself. So I very much appreciate the courtesy. Thank you, guys. All right. That's gone up. Let's go ahead and get the comparison on. All right, so this is a match to determine who stays in the top 20 this week. And with the way it works with the Rhodiums, you never know. You've seen it here a few times, a handful of times over the last couple of years with this Erodium bug, where you can even go 3-0 in like the top couple of brackets and go nowhere, and in some cases even go down because of new Erodiums coming. It's ugly, and I hate it, but it is real. Baby Patron, good to see you, man. Hi, Tass, good luck. They are friends, so take care of them. I got you, buddy. You know how we do. All right, rank 18 versus rank 19. My 17.1 million GP to his 14.8. Top 80 GP, my 3.29 million to his 3.12. I think I heard a couple. Yes, exactly, River Phoenix. This is the match that determines who stays in the top 20, he says, before both of your asses get demoted to the top 30. May well be the case. Anyway, say this. We both have 444. GAC Omicrons, my 97 to his 70. Top 80 average speed, my 169 to his 159. Mod analysis. Again, you know, I happen to be in such an advantageous position that I've got him round the clock. On speed, on offense, on defense. I could read it all out, but you can see it clearly. I'm the heavyweight here on mods today for sure. Relic analysis, total levels, my 2,752, his 2,000. Relic 10's my 18 to his 3. Relic 9's my 196 to his 50. Relic 8's my 90 to his 63. Datacron analysis. Total rerolls, my 9479 to his 2300. So focus on some of these crons, for sure. But he didn't go to the effort like I and many others did of trying to pursue perfect stats on every roll. But he might have a couple crons like that. Level 9 Datacrons, my 64 to his 55. Levels 6 to 8, we each have 1. And levels 3 to 5, I have 10 to his. All right, now let's look at his GL. Ray, fast backer. I missed the days. JML, regular, so all very nice. What up? Balin, Chonk, the thick lad. I'm a little faster, a bit faster, but it's a thick lad. There's enough fights that are not determined by whether or not Balin can first character. Thickness is not. I'm BKM. Okay, these are a couple of these. Bane. Ooh, man, that is a nasty looking Malicos. I like that. That's a thick lad. That's good stuff. 12k, over 110,000 health, over 260 speed. Undoubtedly a crit damage triangle. Very nice. Okay. Good looking stuff. Now, as we have with every other episode this week, we are pulling an OmegaBot report based on his 5 versus 5 history last season. So, a little dated, don't have the latest FTCs, but a lot of what he's going to do with set 25 should be the same, at least for this first week. As far as attack timing goes, Honey Badger goes whenever he wants. It's all over the place. Speed comparison, we can see, as I said earlier, I am the heavyweight. So there's my mountain, the Mount Doom, overshadowing him, perhaps, maybe. Omicrons, yes. So there's actually a good handful. As far as mission critical ones, I'm sure we can date. Haydn is last. Okay, there's some nice ones that haven't come on yet, but soon, I imagine. Quad banner efficiency last season. Interesting. So we know that red is the type of scores that his enemies are scoring against his defense. It looks like his opponents give him a tough time on it. It looks pretty rough and tumble. There's a lot of drops, but there's a lot of drops for everybody. So, I don't know. I don't know how to read that. Defenses set by Dark Killer last season. Great Mothers, Ahsoka with Wat, Finn Zori, Rey Swolo Ezra, Jabba, Aphra, Stranger Starkiller Balin, AM, Jedi Master Mace, Lord Vader, Fugitive Omega, and that should be somewhere. Mix it up as he likes. It's kind of nice. Home 1, Chimera, Executor, usually. That's last 5s anyway. He could have changed it up. And then this is what I like to see with an opponent. You're seeing a lot of the same teams down, but the color coding here tells you that he's moving them between zones, trying to target specific draws on his opponents. This suggests to me that I'm dealing outer like that. All right, so bottom front, if I had to guess, Great Mothers, Stranger, BKM, Jabba, something like that, based on this. On offense, he was using Slacker, JML, JMK, Leia, Sith Eternal, Reva, Queen, Malgus, Seer Malicos, Gungans, Lord Vader, Traya, Aelin Maz sometime, and whatever else was necessary. Leviathan, Profundity, always on offense. And then the third one is either Negotiator or Executor. So there it is. Secret is out. The Executor's on defense only about half of it. Teams that he has dropped against last season. A couple of Rey Swolo Ezras there. Great Mothers, Boba a couple of times. So like the Boba Jabba team, I imagine. Pirate King Hondo, a good number. That was the last hurrah of the Pyrocron, if you remember. So it would be very tough depending on what you're trying to do. Stranger, Starkiller, Maul a couple of times, Saw, Ray Swolo, a couple Finzoris, and a Gas. All right. All right, a lot of green, though, otherwise. And Flawless on Fleet, all last 5. Where we at with the predictions, party people? Hey, Cosley, good to see you. Let me see what else I've missed here in the last one. Yes, River Phoenix. It's also funny that currently the top 10 are 100% Erodiums. I think it's like top 9 and then Sasha. That's the funny thing, and we'll give him. I'll be sure to give him shit again about it in the podcast this week. It's really funny that this week he is in the top bracket with 7 Erodiums, but he's rank 8. As far as the Q is concerned, he's the shitter. He's lucky he barely hung on to his spot in the top bracket because Herbert, who's otherwise been riding pretty high, himself got squeezed out, just like I did a couple of months ago. Yeah, I wouldn't be happy. I wasn't happy. But I'm sure Herbert's not loving it either, and Sasha's just barely hanging on. So we'll see. I think he might win. He might be able to win. Go 3-0. I believe in him. But the question is that good enough to stay in the top bracket with those 7 Erodiums? That's the real question. Hey, Yamash, good to see you. Jason Solo says, hello there, friend of Dark Killer and Dada. It's a pleasure to watch this matchup. Don't mind Boss One. He's the weird one in our team. There's more weird ones than I can count, so he's in plenty good company. Dark Killer, appreciate the follow, man. Yeah, so this is my opponent. Appreciate it. Very courteous. Harris says Sasha wanted an off week. He got it. Yeah. All right. Where are we at with that prediction? You guys got 20 or so seconds remaining on the clock. I'll let that run out naturally. And then we're going to get moving here because it's almost just a little over 2 hours left in the round. Now, I want to make sure we're all right. Have to make. All right, here we go. Prediction: 72% of points wagered went 1 or less, and 28% went 2 or more. So, you guys believe in me. I appreciate it. All right, so yes, Dark Killer again, and Dada, whatever, Dada, 3 N's at the end. Appreciate you guys again for clearing the bottom front. Love the courtesy. All right, let's go ahead and talk about my defense. Bottom front, he has cleared the Ahsoka with Ezra. I've been just running the Ahsoka Watts, so I thought I'd twist that up. And, we'll understand more about that in a few minutes. But, yeah, that was what? A 65. You just crushed it. Ray, Swolo, Al, GK, and Luminara with the Lumi Healercron. That was 65 as well. Against Balin, Shin, Marok, Hunter, and Mercenary Wrecker. Mercenary Hunter as well. 65, crushed it. And then last but not least, the mighty EP, Darth Vader, Mara Jade, DVDE, and Royal Guard. 66. Just up and kick the shit out of it. So that's fantastic. Nothing not to love there. All right. In the back, yes, he's not attempted any of these, but this is so for opponents that are generally smaller, you can expect, similar to what we saw last round, they're not going to be able to set their heavier, teams outside of the normal regular ones all that often. They're going to need most of those teams to have an effective high banner offense. So unless I'm literally trying to fight him on the margins and hoping that by the time we both clear ground, I've got like +1 or 2 banners, the only thing I can try to do is put down some pretty meaty teams and hope that I get the right draws up front. Because the ground board is still in progress, I really can't describe any further what I'm going for, but you can see that there's nothing terribly weak here. We've got Reva, Grand Inquisitor, 7th, 5th, and 9th with the new Inquisitor Barris Crown. We have the Level 3 ability active for Ninth Sister. We have the plus 200% max health and our immune ability block, and the rest of this is neat, but it's not going to happen too often. So not too. Lord Vader, Oppo, CX2, DCT, Scorch, Attacker Kron, Seer, Malicos, Inquisitor Barris, Crew, and Maul. Yeah, so Cal would have otherwise been here instead of Inquisitor Barris, but you saw that I decided to slap him into Rey, make that a little bit thicker. Maybe if he was going to attempt to do Seer, clearing that, it might have added a layer of complication. Not so. All right, top side. I have set Duckus, Forlorn, Saj, Dark Disciple, Jabba, Boba, and Fennec with the Zuckuss Kron from set 26. So not the FDC, followed by Pirate King Hondo, Silva, OG Hondo, Bane, and Brutus. With the support Kron, this is the one with health and crit. All right, Stranger, Spider Maul, Star Killer, Darius, and VR. With the FDC, I went back and forth on what I wanted to do, whether or not that was the FDC or the healer. And for what I want to do on offense, I think I needed to set the FDC. And, you know, it is what it is. But he got a 60 on it, so... Lord Vader? Queen Amidala doesn't go that way. Maybe that's Lord Vader? I would be really surprised if it were. But I can't be sure. All right, and then Great Mothers, Morgan, Marin, DTP, and Spirit with my other support Kron. This one's got high armor penetration on it. No. Okay, so I gave this one the armor penetration. I'm okay with that. That means this one had the health and crit damage, which is pretty dangerous with Spirit there on the team. And we did get a hold. He withdrew on that first one and then cleared it for 43 ban. And that is where we're at. Ooh, possibility of a stream on Discord, Shake. How you doing, Shake? Sorry, I forgot about it.
Thank you. Oh, much appreciated.
Let's see. Best of luck, Tass. As usual, walk him down. I mean, we'll do our best, man. It's going to be hard out here. Oh, did he just hear something? Oh, no. All right, let's go ahead and talk about Dark Killer's defense top side. It is BKM, Paz, Grogu, BKK, Bam, and a Healer Kron, followed by Pirate King Hondo, OG Hondo, Bane, Silvo, Brutus. Then it's Fugitive Omega, Crosshair, Mercenary Hunter, Mercenary Wrecker, and Batcher with the new Mercenary Hunter Kron. And then a Kelleran Beckley, a Jedi Vanguard, Jocasta Nu, Depa, Temple Guard, and Jedi Master Mace. So we don't have the permakill here. And interesting choice. I'm curious to understand what you guys are going for with this, because I would be surprised. Like, you still get from Jedi Master Mace's unique the ability to ignore taunt on the first turn, so he can put mark on somebody and oh wait, yeah, I think he does. Yeah. I think so. Anyway, curious about that. Attacker Kron on there. Bottom front, he has Riva, Grand Inquisitor, Second Sister, Ninth, and Inquisitor Barris. So, 4-star Inquisitor Barris. His other area units from the last era are 4 stars. So you can obviously see, because my fat head is in the way and I can fix that. Yeah, he has a 4-star Spider Maul in the Stranger team. But anyway, so he's got the Riva team down with the 3 pieces required to activate all the abilities on the Inquisitor Barris Focus Datacron, followed by Great Mothers, DTP, Marin, Morgan, Spirit, Support Kron. Hey, same as me. Insane Giga-ass armor penetration. Dear God. Alright, next. EP, Mara Jade, DVDE, Tarkin, and Royal Guard with the DVDE Focus Datacron. Yay. And then Stranger, Starkiller, Spider Maul, Visas, Varys with Spider Maul. So, here's my question for you guys as an opener. There are 2 ways I've tried to. I took a risk here. Lord Vader was going to be my for sure solution to get through. I have heard of other people doing well with Queen this season. Also seen a couple people wipe out. I'm inclined to either do Queen Amidala or see Bane here. And I don't expect any help from our French viewers. You gotta root for the home team. But yeah, the risk I took was having Lord Vader down instead of something like. And if it isn't going to be Queen going through Stranger, it should be C Bane, I think. And that would be with my high health Kron. I've seen it with other people where, in the end, you might, indeed, very well will like lose Bane. It depends on how everything matches up, but I just have a bad feeling because of 3 versus 3, that one drop against a Stranger team. That was with the focus 3 Darksiders, this full team. Granted, I get to bring another couple, but I don't know that that's worth a lot. I have concerns. What say the crowd? You would go with JMK, Attacker, Kron. I am curious if that's true. As long as you outspeed Spider-Man at. Pretty challenging. Yeah. Jason Solo says, can you make a shout out for our Queen Sansa, please? I guess Queen of their guild. The Green Alliance, is it? Shout out to Sansa. Snookum says, I always thought that crit damage was... Snookum says, I always thought crit damage was way better than Armor Pen for Spirit and Great Mother Team. I think it is definitely the better choice for Spirit herself. But you do have DTP, who has some value from Armor Penetration. You've heard of people winning with JMK. Crazy, man. Crazy. That is something. All right, well, we're just with 2 hours on the clock. I think the first order of business is to do the Bounty Hunter team, the Boba Zam thing that TJ showed us in round 1. So we're going to do that. And I believe that was Boss Grief, right? And the trick is we're going to avoid... cleansing specifically. We're avoiding Grief Karga's third. We're avoiding Bosk's taunt. We're using the mass assist to get kills. And yeah, the rest is just prayer. Beaten R10. No, Hera, the Lord Vader's on defense. It's not even an option. I fought the exact same lineup, but with full R9, 10, my JMK, so there's that. Really? I haven't heard too much about this.
Well, there goes my channel points.
What's that?
Well, there go my channel points. If you put Lord Vader on defense.
JMK felt a lot better than Lord Vader. That's interesting. I can make a different decision for Great Mothers. I'm thinking about just throwing that at it. Let's go ahead and get this one underway, shall we? Right. Not very nice. All right, you there. Mm-hmm. Use him de Boomba. Yes, go away. Really trying to emphasize the not being. Damn, not quite what I'm looking for. Nice debuff related action. All right, people who need to go continued. Well, I feel like I felt put in damage here. What I want to do is use Boba's Knight here on the next opportunity on Reva herself. Don't want to for anybody else.
I would just kill the other sister.
Relatively confident that she's bad herself.
True. She will die.
Yeah, see, I always believed in me. And her dying. What are we looking at? Yeah, we can make sure that you're looking. Nice. And Grief just dropped the death mark. That's very nice. We have a month of Sunday still. Chill, everybody be cool, be cool. One turn remaining, and hopefully, oh man, would it not be slick to have 9th live, and then we could use Grief's 3rd just before another killing blow? Would that not be slick?
Looks like Knight will live. Let's be honest.
You're no fun. Okay, this
Yeah,
we've been waiting for. Pop. How we looking? Turn meter wise, it would be a very small risk. Let's
You'll
do it.
get the. Yeah, you'll get. Also, since she's dead, you can't gain Death Mark anyway, so.
I thought that. Okay, yeah, I was thinking. I thought that was in the leader.
No, that's unique.
Clearly. So 65, better than expected. Very nice. So we did that better than last time.
Deathmark was in fact in the lead. I don't know what Shake's smoking.
See? Drugs.
It's the homie, no?
I just checked
the
IGG.
combi.
It's the lead Omicron.
Drugs. Okay. EP, what did I put down? Yeah, Maz.
Yeah, I
Okay.
would normally say.
Sorry?
Yeah, homie got disabled apparently. Oh well.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no explanation. The game is just rife with little bugs these days. Bugs big and small. So
Hey, it's a small indie company. What are you talking about?
that is true. Have you light side, the only one, big ol' health one, good damage. Wish that was more armor penetration here, but it is what it is. I've heard of people having good success with frogs versus Maz because of the Maz bug. Which Maz bug is that? Because I did it. It was rough. I don't know that I want to do it again. I'm thinking about it. Well, we do have Relic Delta working in our favor, so I'm hoping that matters. And this time we have SM33, not Hondo, so just straight up more raw damage potential. Sake, you didn't have debuffs to Dispel, so no Death Mark. That's what it must have been, so for clever observation.
Yeah, Spock in Discord chat said it has to be specifically purged, not any debuffs.
And Shinookum says, so that answers that. So situationally, it might be cool to keep Inquisitor Barris alive to prevent her team's revives. I guess that's a fair point, too. I just... Since he went to the effort of placing the 3 characters required to activate that level 9 ability, I just thought it was just as good as, put it down ASE. All right. I'm thinking that we can make this work. Go for it. Use the new Asajj yet? Not on offense, Kylo, no. One Sith revived, they lose Sith tag. Maz anti-Sith tag. All of them. Period. Hate it the other day. You guys are saying what?
I will do GMK.
Huh?
I will do
Just overkill it.
GMK.
You would do JMK here. Yeah, I don't think I will.
Yeah, yeah. And this is why you shouldn't listen to my advice.
Yeah, I think your advice is very poor quality, I must say. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I've seen Gungans
Are
beat
you
New
surprised?
Vader. The thing is that Gungans is kind of my go-to right now for the Aphra team. See it. You know?
Also, you know, the 16 fucking AoEs that are gonna happen off the bat.
Yeah, I mean that too. I have heard that could be bad. I'm a QT says, Shake, you also thought the death mark is on Reva unique. It's true. Shame him. Shame him. Shun him. Alright, we're gonna try
I would
this.
like to remind everyone here that I am not actually, you know, I don't actually play this game.
You played with
I don't know
Riley
why you
for the
expected
past
more.
3 years.
Right, he is a liar.
Mhm.
Dirty, dirty liar.
And I was a shooter then.
Alright, here we go. Speed down, debuffs, many bad things. Go
At
for
least the fracture didn't land on Maz.
it. Nice, nice. That's nice. Come on. Thank you, Thano, for holding on. Oh my god, no, supposed to hold on. Guys, you're supposed to hold on. No! I dispel people. This is the
Basic
revive.
dispels.
It is
That's
going to
single-ended
restore,
ally.
though. It is going to restore prompt, right? Health and protect. All 10% health of more health and protection. Depending on stacks. We have at least 3 stacks, so it's a big enough heal that I think it merits using. Already on it on extra life. Still afford to take any chance. So bad. I mean, I don't want all the count. A little bit buff left. Can't really call the man I want to call, so Bill? Yeah, I don't think I want to trigger anything. Just finish this exercise. Damn it, Bobby. Okay. Far so good. 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 Personally, for me, my favorite part is the just getting absolutely clowned. Okay, let's can't revive everybody. Let's get a little. Is it possible that Maz might use a special within the entirety of the battle? You decide. Cooldown increase, if you would not mind. For the love of God. All things. Call Athano because he's the only game in town. Appreciate you. Clearly, Hondo was the superior choice because we had the advantage. Oh, all of this. I hate it. Hate it. That wasn't a death mark. He said, copingly. Hey, look at you doing your first special with 2 minutes on the clock, my man. Alright. One of these, I guess, because, yeah, the best we can do, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is fabulous. There's nothing I would. More, please. Let's have more. Good. Yes. Good. You're not death marked, but I feel compelled to kill you. Now I'm told this is bad for me, but you know what? I'm still gonna try and take this old man with me. Yeah. It might be the end of time, and it's almost the end of you. Oh my god, please. Can I interest you in letting my dude go? Wouldn't it be great if you had a turn coming up fresh? Yeah, you got that. Or it was something even worse, something more nefarious, like the getting a kill. Yes, please, would you kindly? I really need that. If you would kindly direct your attention to these dicks. Who's the one that I fear more? I think what I fear is the clock more than anything else. This is just the best. Recommend this to anybody. Okay. Yep. Quick. Like a bunny, quick. God. Alright, and I think for everybody at home, you would agree, we had him the whole time.
Don't do this again. Don't do this again.
Yeah, that is 2 times I've been successful, and 2 times it has been teeth gritting. It has been bumps. Bumps, I tell you. I really thought that we were about to even up that drop advantage right there. Also, worth noting, Hondo was definitely more valuable to me there than SM33. Because twice in the last fight that I attempted this, I was able to use the AoE ability block from OG Hondo. A really good effect. And yeah, it was awful just sitting there watching my shit repeatedly die, so would not recommend.
I found it really funny that Maz was death marked and they still chose to not hit her.
Fair.
Even though Quiggle was not taunting.
301 plus 70, right? That's how fast. And so certainly my 370 cat plus 30 speed would make JMK work. But I guess I should figure out now what it is that I want to do about his Great Mothers. 7. Okay, did you? Not that I think it matters much. Yeah. I knew I was just nearly blind. All right, let's talk about banners. So, Pirate King, Leia, Traya, 63.5. Under what conditions? Support Kron, high armor penetration, not a factor. High health. So, a high health support Kron would be ideal. Purpose. Not strictly speaking. That could work. That could work. I don't have a dark side support Kron, but I'm willing to bet that's not what it's going to be. Stats and the long tech support sake. Anti and with getting stuck with foresight. Yes, it's true. Being successful twice with the counter means you need to buy a lottery ticket? Perhaps so, Wolfman, yes. Hi. You want to believe that Queen could do it here live, especially with a good attacker Kron. I think I was in the position to make the attempt with a crit damage Kron, and I don't recall it going well on a support crit damage on a support type. Yeah, definitely, Hera. I agree with that. I think it was a 61 with OG Hondo, so another 2 banners more. Fair. think we only had one dead guy per attempt. Bane's Aphra is available, but only for 60. That's also just one attempt. Are there any other attempts? The other one went bad. Gas is reserved. Reva's on defense. Cam's bumpy, and everything else. Shit. Yo. Riz. I could use it on his MT, stuff like that, but I don't necessarily that. Have Aphra available. That's Jabba. Does anybody know if Aphra works against Boba Jabba as well as Jabba, like the new Aphra? Because I remember trying it last season against Boba Jabba. It was not good. If it's a regular Jabba, I think I'll be okay regardless. So a really solid way to have gone would have been Gungans. I don't.
Does Zori with the Pokron not work here?
Was that a thing? Africa. Zori 0 out of 1. OG Po. That 3 and see if we get. All right, Fugitive Omega can work. I have them. I'm not practiced. Hackercron, 2 minutes. How does that work with Doom? So it's a light side team. She should be able to ignore taunt to Doom so, right? How's that work?
Can she ignore stealth?
No.
This is everyone, but
I mean,
the
if
tank
there's a
is going to
support
be.
cron, if you're using a support cron, well, no, that doesn't dispel it.
But
though.
she dispels. Yeah.
Yeah,
That one's
it's
locked.
an undispellable stealth. But yeah, interesting. All right, Balin. Yeah, the Traya here. More attempts, more data. Looking increasingly convincing. Yeah, you run some risk of potentially losing Ion if you're not having that support passive propping you up. Training control, I guess. I think that's what we're gonna do, guys. So what is it that I'm saving? Saving JMK. I need JMK? If he sets regular array, JMK nice to. I could have Leia for that. If he has Ahsoka back there, I could have Slacker as Jabba. Let's see. My Imperial Troopers plus C just lost to Lord Vader, even though he's only Relic 7, all because he took a turn. That pretty much feels my second loss. Sorry to hear that, Ray Rock. Nothing can. I can absolutely. This Keller and Jocasta thing. Which tells you I should redeem a roster. Yes, Shay, go ahead. You do that. Of course, you'd have to have an. What did I do for BKM last round? I used Balin. Permakill. It might not be profitable. Let's look it up again. It might not be profitable on JMK here. Maybe this is where I use. Always feels awkward to use that character before you get through the front wall, but I can't take a chance somebody gets wiped out. What was it? Bulk? It's set. Slightly different. Bane, Traya, 60. Okay, I'll be sure to keep that. JML. JMK, 65. I mean, there. Not good against Great Mother. Gonna be okay. See, we'll have to see who gets blessed if we. Balin on Great Mothers works well. Yeah, I have Balin on defense. Tried to make it pretty tough, man. Maybe the other way to make this call, fighting this stranger. So, given what we see here, and if I end up not crit, because this 80% crit avoidance, I think we've got a serious problem. You know? So, you guys are increasingly convincing me about the availability of JMK, just not the... I'm not all the way clear on why it's good. I mean, somebody said you want to have your cat end up being faster than Spider Maul. I'm assuming that's because we need to open up with JMK third onto her because she's about to take a brutal hit from Spider Maul. She's about to get fractured and all that. Is that how that works? No good counters besides Lord Vader, not gonna lie. Yeah, there is an element of risk here, for sure. That's why the other thing that I'm highly confident in doing is Bane. I think that I'll be able to get through with Bane. You know? Because you got a couple, you got Relic 8, Relic 9, I've got Relic Delta on both me and Bane, giving us a bit more defense, yeah? So Fabi in the chat says, for JMK versus Stranger, you got two options. You can either snipe Visas first and then ult and kill Stranger, or you snipe Stranger and then again after Visas revive. Also, Lord Vader is very sketchy in Stranger. I've seen that lose a lot. Yeah, I hear that if the AI chooses to bully down Lord Vader directly, you've got a serious issue. But if you saw my one fight doing it, and that was one, I guess that doesn't, because he didn't have Spider Maul in there, I think. Anyway, I think Queen is dangerous. Kind of where I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, C Bane, if he's got Boba Jabba in the back, C Bane's been my go-to. You know? So we can do some science here and figure some things out, but I feel like C Bane is the most probable path. I have Relic Delta on my side. I have this Titanic health prop, right? Even a bit of damage on there. Did enemy beat my Cash Maul? Yes, he one-shot it expeditiously. 65 banners. Yes. So, you know, not for nothing. Got through. 65. No, wait. That was his 60, I think, right? It was 60. Because that was up top. That's the one. Yeah. 60. So, what's a 60? It doesn't sound like Lord Vader based on what I've observed so far. Like, I definitely lost Scorch the one time I did. I remember that. Lord Vader, it sounds like it would be unlikely. Because I should have mods, relics on my side. It would seem unlikely to me that he would get another 2 banners, and I myself couldn't get higher than that. Now, that was against a more even opponent. I don't know. If Queen works, it could be a 65. We got a 60, so maybe it worked. But again, surprising. He'd have to quit it out of it. My Lord Vader just got dunked on by Stranger in round 2. Got 0 turns after turn 1. Yeah, I think we're going to do this here and see where the road takes us, guys. I can't spend all day on it. I think this is the right maneuver I had done. Hope I don't come to regret it. Hello. See? It looks like nobody got crit there. Not great. Fine. You there? Yeah. Created that. Alright. The next part of the show is all just about, big chilling. Now, as I recall having seen... Wow. Okay. Cool. Everything's cool. Okay. Nice. Okay. Nice. Nice, please. Gooby, please. Fuck. Fuck. Are you actually not? Fuck. Fuck. Okay, so obviously we transform. Okay. Fine, you're fine. We're all fine. Oh, please. Please leave me alone. No. That part's good. The rest of this is so bad. Yeah, this is so bad. Now he's gonna counter me too. All this. See, the continuous ability block is doomed, man. No revive, so the magic is broken at least. I guess we can go back in with something like DTMG that I've seen clean this up. But there's our drop to tie-in, as far as drops go. Fuck. My man. You will be missed. Alright, we'll take the money and run on that. DTMG is the next move.
You were one basic away from Bane perma-killing the Maul with the canners.
Maybe. Be surprised what 2,000% defense does to a man. I think I saw just a pretty straight up version of. I don't know that I need to bring Night Trooper. Either him or Death. And my intuition would be that Death is gonna have more utility. Might as well bring him though. With the Relic 2 Maul, I'd have gone Queen Amidala, says Striker. Yeah, I might. You know, I could have. We discussed it, and I decided that just based on that 1-3 versus 3 experience, the feeling of having the big swipe from Padawan Obi-Wan, not crit, not kill people, and then not really taking any turns until we died. We didn't even get as far as we got with C. So maybe you're right, but on the off chance that you were wrong, I was willing to take that risk. Okay. A Starkiller Unique and Stranger Lead won't work properly. That's right. That's right. Night Trooper is good. Yeah, all right, yeah, we'll take him. New Maul feels very similar to the OG Maul on the team now. How so? Two-shotting Stranger seems feasible. Well, I don't know how many ways there are to pick the team apart. We were lucky, right? We were lucky with Sith Eternal. We never got the chance to zap. That Bane is tough to kill in this scenario, and damn if he didn't die, so good to know. Because these relics are not as large as many of the opponents that I'm fighting, and I thought that I was being pretty safe doing that. You know, Relic Delta 2 and all, da-da-da-da-da. So, all right, let's go about it. Is there a Hugsy says, in terms of the DMTG level 9 and the Moff Gideon level 9, is there a massive power difference in favor of the Moff Gideon level 9, or is it the DTMG one passable? DTMG is not bad, but the actual OG Moff Gideon Kron is quite nice. Quite nice. Unfortunately, that Moff Gideon just got locked down, so we're just going to be here for a spell. Yeah. All right. Put up taunt? Yes, no, no. Oh! Misa like it. Okay, I don't really want to hit into the counter chain. Honest with you. Do they have debuffs that I'm worried about? Yes, technically. We're here to get. Yep, that was the thing we're looking for, and wild blue. All right. Druins People says, do you guys think Bane will feel power crept soon enough? Like, will he start struggling killing stuff? I reckon he will still be go-to to clear most GLs. Very difficult to create conditions that outscale him. So I very much doubt that that's the case. All right, Great Mothers. Original. We got Gas, we got AML, we got Leia. Vader would have been. Got any other moves out of you, gentlemen? No, you just keeping it real chill. You and I each have a drop. Projects abound. Very fair, very fair. The sea was consumed. That Snacker work. Yeah, tell me more. I know what to do if I see regular Jabba, but I gotta check in case there's a boat. If I'm satisfied either way, yes, JMK goes here. You know what I'm looking for. If we see that, gas, yeah, JMK 65. What is this magic? Queen 65. Well, if that's it, 3 minutes. Either. Yeah, you also have Paris there. MK with you. Blacker 63. That implies something very dangerous going. So we didn't actually check the cron that would go with Traya. Got a little bit of Relic Delta action on our side. Into the world here. And this is the one with health. So it's the best that we can do situation. I think that we're going to risk it. Bane is a great Swiss Army knife on offense. Very versatile, and if nothing else, good banners. Completely agrees. It's difficult to imagine. You know, in a world where teams like Gas still have often enough of a role. Like right now, granted, it's meta dependent with the set 25 Datacron that is expiring here at the end of this season. You know, Gas is able to just crush Pirate King Hondos of all types. Hopefully, I'm gonna do exactly that here. Jedi are gone. Follow the channel. Appreciate it. Good seeing you. Thank you for joining. All right, let's test this and die. I know that you're in stealth at all. What if you weren't? Starting soon. On Traya. Really needing... Yes. Bane out. What do I care about you doing? Let's think about this. Most important target to kill surely has to be Great Mother's Pulse. When we can, I guess we have an opportunity. That. I think Marin's got to go next. Okay. Does Marin got to go next? I mean, maybe not. I don't know. Eat into this. Not going to get tested on. Good. Oh. Let's take it. Crit? Don't crit? Nice. This will crit. Yep, I was right. It crit. Big hit? Where are we banners wise? Where's restored? Yeah. Droid we're looking for. Can't ask for no better than that. Alright. We're through the wall. So he had 3 65s and a 66 through there. Okay. Let's see what he's got back here. Alright, so we know that... Ooh. Yeah. Aphra should be good here. We have another support crown we can use. That's the only real requirement. You don't have to worry about too much else, I would say. So, Aphra can work. We'll look it up just here. Jabba. Go CAD. Support crown with CAD. Yep, that's a fast mover. JMK does not like that fight. That's good. JMK can be something that we use to trivialize something up. Solo, as DK, then yeah, Ahsoka, Gang, Padawan 17, as not exile. lot with the tank crumb. All right. I feel better about using C Bane up there. I mean, sure, Bane could be used here, then C could be used. I honestly don't feel too bad about making that attempt, and now I've kind of limit tested how powerful that team in Kron is, even when we have Relic Delta on our side. Good to know. Okay, so he has cleared another 2 teams over what I've done. I mean, let's do the things we know we're already going to do. Go ahead and load in Gas and Friends. Gas, Rex, Art, Rex. This seems so wrong. All right. Rex Krun. Hey guys, we're back. We cleared to the back wall. If you didn't already see it, it's a Jabba, it's a Rey Swolo Ezra, and an Ahsoka with Watt. So, we know that we're going to do Pirate King against this Hondo team up top. If you saw me do this, I did this last season. I did this just yesterday. It's a good time. Now I definitely learned my lesson. I think I'm just gonna chill. Just working the system. This fight looks like it's gonna go nowhere for a very long time. There's some part of me that wonders why it's not on full auto. Oh yeah, it's strictly because of the rats. I really am. Or when Gas eventually does get sat, like sometime soonish. See? Lowering the max health on Bane the whole time. And now we're set. What's the situation? Hey. Hey. That. Cool. We doing? Fight. Okay, we didn't end up forcing the sacrifice. I've had that happen before and still won, but you don't want that. One of the reasons CRex is here is you get a lot of banner restoration off that. You know what? Since we just sat up, I am actually going to burn the Dispel there.
Now you auto. Just already press the button.
I might. Go, guys. You know what the job... Oh, shit. They don't want the 5-star. That is one of the droids.
5 says buff immunity, he won't.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it anyway, but I appreciate it. Hey, you can't capture him. Stop that. How dare you? Can I call you, though? No. Anyway. I'll check.
Your dad
Also,
shot
hi.
his ass
How you
for
doing?
Hey,
Oh my god, could you guys absolutely fuck not? No? Real? Okay. Bring us back. Whew.
you know, you should probably start trying to make headway in this fight at
Sacrifice
some
is
point.
in the mix.
You should try to make headway in this fight at some point.
I appreciate that. It's always been helpful, Ben. Some people would say otherwise, but those people are just jealous hate. That's what I think. Sweet mother of God. Okay, that's good. That part is good. Doing damage is good. Yes, hit him, please, because you're dummies. Please. Stay dummies. Stay being dummies. Steady dummy time. Could I interest you in actually killing this asshole? Sometime.
Oh!
Yeah, but even then, man, it's like, this guy's been ramped to hell and back. What are we doing here?
Not killing anyone, it appears.
Your assessment. Hey. Oh my god. Full heal. Good. Boy. Good. Thing. This is easily the worst this has ever gone for me. I want to say so far. Come on, Gas. I really actually need the shit. The fuck on, lads.
He wants to crit. He's free to.
Okay, you know, it really was fitting in the least you could do box. Oh, stress upon us. Nice, Rex. I really like that. That was. Let's. You know, we had him the whole time, and anyone who tells you otherwise is an accursed liar.
That's a lot of damage.
Okay, 62. Not a priceless work of art.
Not a drop.
So I need chat to hear me out on this. I kid you not, like 90 to 95% of the time I'm Team Tass. But if Tass loses this round, there's like an 85% chance he and I will be in the same bracket.
It's true. That is our
Counterpoint dagger. I bet all my points he'd win. So.
Oh, yeah. Fuck your points.
No. Fuck
Wow.
you. And your bracket.
That you would do me like this. All right, let's look up. Where is that? Where?
Oh no, you said Great Mother, so no Marin. Oh, bummer.
I mean, he still has Queen, right?
Holiday.
Would you risk DTMG against that Jabba?
Just
He
use
already did DTMG.
That was my
Against
cleanup
what?
to Stranger.
Oh, you failed with Lord Vader?
No, Lord Vader was on defense in the back, and we had Queen
Oh, that's right.
as an option, but I've not been altogether satisfied with what I've been hearing about Queen. I know it's been working for TJ, and I have concerns. So I decided to go with Bane. We also had like huge relic delta on our side. We have the 2 relic 10 characters, had a 100% health cron. I thought that if there was ever a time to maximize those advantages, this was it, and it was not sufficient.
Bane does not feel like a good counter to the Stranger.
I agree with that. Yeah. Oh, you never said you used Queen? Who the Maybe you told me about somebody else who did.
I
Maybe
think we
that's it.
explicitly were talking about how we wouldn't try Queen.
Yeah. Yes, old
No, I
Speckle
tried
10.
to Queen
Yes,
in threes.
Yes, Banja. Banja says there's a joke somewhere about when you said not being satisfied, and I was going to say yes, but I don't know why we'd have to drag his misses into this.
Damn. This was with a that's with a cron. That's Queen 63 banner. How does that work here? MK 61. Really not that actually. What was this? Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with chat, but to True Owns People, he said, "Do you guys think Bane will feel power creep soon enough?"
Yeah, we
He already
covered that earlier. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he already has. He's
No,
He was
I mean I
relatively-
disagreed. Like as far as will they continue to make stronger units than him? Sure, but as far as power creep to the point where we're talking about, I think when we were talking about power creep there, we're talking about power creep out of use, power creep into irrelevance, and I can't really see that being the case for Bane.
well, yeah, because C exists, so Bane will be a thing long after. Like, I look at a lot of my team's opponents' defenses, and I could maybe Bane 1 to 2 of them per round. So, to my point, I think Bane is being kind of phased out of being just that lethal auto win attack team. You have to pick. Wolfman, trying is such a weird term because it's less so that I'm trying and more so that I've found a way to play
High health.
consistently.
Interesting cron. Interesting. High health and
Yeah, just finding a way to get GAC done is the important part.
yeah, we got an hour, so I definitely have some work.
Yeah, you're fine on time.
I mean, that doesn't terribly.
Yeah,
Andy does.
Asake said I did see Bane once in GAC, and that was enough for me. It did not feel anywhere close.
This is incredible to me. I have this. Well, I don't have the stacking offense. It doesn't look like that's required, though.
It does make it a lot easier.
It does appear to be significant. So we could use Gungans here. Haven't done that before. Other options could include Slacker, which looks a little rough. JMK, which does not look great either.
Well, I mean, like, what's your plan for the Ray?
That's what we're talking about right now.
I thought you were talking about Jabba.
Yeah, I switched off that because I'm trying to figure the solve by other means. Yeah, Arsenal beat my Ray once last 5 vs 5 with Gungans. He did do that. Stacking offense, level 3, all that. Well, True owns people that's also using this attacker cron that's outgoing this 5 vs 5 season. So if you don't have Gungans yet, I can safely say you've largely missed the boat on that one.
And if you don't have Gungans yet, you haven't really missed out on a ton. They're
right.
okay.
I need to figure out. Oh, looks like he's cleared another takedown, but yeah, that's Pirate King down and out of the game. Get there. PrimeBot, speak to me. Looks like he got a 65 there. Damn.
Honestly, probably SLK is the best answer to Leia or to Ray. Sorry, but it is definitely not the best banners.
Yeah, I was thinking that somehow I might like Slacker more on Jabba.
Yeah, I just don't like Leia versus that Ray team.
That's why this Gungans thing is so intriguing, don't you think?
Yeah, Striker says Gungans can beat that Ray.
Okay.
They can beat Jabba also. I dislike the Jabba angle more because if he calls the mass assist on the shield generator, you just insta lose.
Well, we're not going to have a lot of time left to try this as far as the season goes, so let's give it a roll. I want to say I saw armor penetration being pretty significant there.
Yeah, and then right after Striker said that, he said SLKR the Ray and make sure of it. So right after he said Gungans can beat that Ray, he said SLKR it and make sure of it.
Well, the thing is, guys, is that as of this moment, he's got a couple banners on. Right? We do have to make sure. Is there not a case for he might struggle on some of these in the back, but he might not. No? He's in on Riva right now as we speak. But
sorry. If you don't plan to use SLKR here, what are you planning to use SLKR for?
Undermain on Jabba.
Ah.
JMK can work on Jabba. JMK does not look good for Ray. We can definitely use JMK to trivialize any one of these things up here.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe the Kel and just JML on the...
And while you're waiting, you might as well knock out these teams up top because you probably won't use anything that you're going to need in the back, and at least that'll give you the most amount of time to pick through what you want to do in the back wall.
Yeah, I was thinking about it the other way around. Like, I really want to make sure I've got those guys done and figured out before I feel out what's left over. But let's take a look at what our...
Well, you just said you're not using JMK versus any of those teams, so...
Yeah, well, I do have Jabba, full Jabba to use, and I can use that against, like, this Kelleran team, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you also have JMK, which you're probably not using against any of the teams down bottom. You also have Aphra, which you're not using against any of the teams down bottom. That's all I'm saying is I think you can knock out some of these teams. Because otherwise, you might end up in a situation where you're racing time.
Does anybody know if Aphra's good against the Fugitive Omega? Just curious.
Oh yes, it was good before they got IG90.
It's great.
Yeah, it was good before IG90. I imagine
you think it's a 65 good?
It was a 64, 65 when I did it.
Aphra, BT1,
It's-
000,
it used to be
IG.
I mean, that's
even
true. Aphra
before
could beat the
that.
Jabba team, but that's not always the best banners.
Well, it very
Never
well
the best
could
banner.
get high banners because remember, last season it was a 60, and that's when we didn't have bonus protection. So I do think about that, you know? Would that not be cool science? What anybody have anything good to report about that? Can
All I'm
Aphra
saying
beat the
is-
Java team? It's not whether it can beat it. Do you think we can 65 it as we are? With 114% health. That's really the wager.
Uh,
I mean, we're as big and
So
nasty
what's-
as they come, Aphra-wise.
What's your counter otherwise?
Yeah, we've batted around a couple ideas. Slacker was one. I've seen Queen do it. We do have Queen. We've got a wealth of
Oh,
things.
I would rather Queen this for sure.
Than Aphra?
Yeah, because
Interesting.
I don't know if Aphra 65's it. I do know that Queen 65's it.
Fair.
Maybe 65. Depends on how unlucky.
And if Aphra could be applied for a reliable high banner against Fugitive, that's something to keep in mind. We might not even end up using her.
Yeah, like I said, I would definitely go knockout.
Yeah,
Or
so
not, I
1,
mean-
2, 3, 4, 5 GLs, and how many attacks in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So don't have to make a ton of choices in that sense. Looks like he got through Inquisitors clean. What's Primebot got to say? He got a 65 there. Tough times, man.
It's going
Need
come
you to
down to
wipe
Fleet.
out on stuff. Boba
It's
on
gonna come down
defense?
to-
No, we use Boba to get through his Inquisitors team for a 65.
It's going to come down to Fleet, and you didn't set the banner stripper for triple attacker for Executor.
It may well. It
just
may well.
slightly curious. What are you using Leia for? That you don't want to use Leia on Ray.
Ahsoka.
Yeah, probably just Ahsoka, because Leia doesn't look like it's a great option. With the data on it. 40%.
Because if you do Queen versus Jabba, and you do Slacker versus Rey, and you do Leia versus Ahsoka, you can also reserve JMK or something along those lines in case you want to need a cleanup.
Mhm.
If you, otherwise, I feel like that's the bottom. That's the bottom or the back wall.
You know what? Let's go ahead and do Queen here. Queen, Master Qui-Gon.
And you are well equipped for this fight. You have a relic delta. You have a slight relic delta advantage, so you're going to take a little bit less damage.
Now, was that also with turn? It was crit damage and health. What did I see there represented?
I think I usually err on the side of bulk. If I was going to fight a Jabba, I would err on the side of bulk.
Yeah, it doesn't look to be hugely determinative. But we pick our pick.
Yeah,
There's-
that was my thought too,
there.
Striker. QA the Jabba, SLK the Rey, and then Leia the Ahsoka. And then you have JMK Jabba and JML to just like absolutely shit stain the top
I think
undersized.
that's kind of what I was trending towards. I was still kind of fretting about the Ray, though. I have
Should
my
start
concerns
moving.
about Slacker.
He has an hour left and nine fights to do total. At 5 minutes, a fight is 45 minutes. He's got
Yeah,
plenty of
we've
time.
got time on our side, to be sure. Anyway, let's have at it. So he's going to do his buff up first. It's great for Echo. Right? Can't skip anything. Might as well do the spell. Hey, leave that one alone, please. All right. Did you already do the buffs up?
No.
Trip anyway?
did the
No,
middle.
because he's going to just
He just-
dispel it. Just middle. The... Yeah, go for it. Okay, stop that. Okay. Alright, this was the droid move. Earlier. Don't Bosca. Not that. Really do not want specifically that. Ugh. Indeed.
Not the first one so far.
Yep, that's not good.
Dagger's promised victory did not deliver.
Yeah, 65. Well, we'll have to struggle our way through. We've seen this before. Things that say, oh yeah, this is going to work. It's going to work. It's going to work. And it's not going to work. We can go
So
in.
strong as still
I'd be
years
able to
ago.
get the assist.
I probably would have taken GMY, but I wasn't paying attention when you were picking your team.
Fair.
But I would have taken GMY over Cam. Cam doesn't really add that much. This isn't really a DPS thing. This is more of a survival thing. But you're still going to win the fight, so it doesn't really matter.
Rough work. If we're clean, you know, neat. See.
But yeah, the Cam thing seems... Yeah, I had to step away because I had...
We're all good. I gotta stop that now.
I foresee annihilating the future, so that's...
You're going to have to speak up, Shake.
Yeah, it drives me
I
crazy.
see a kill in the future. Soon.
Yeah, you see somebody getting eaten soon?
Yeah.
There's some reason to be concerned about that, yes. Quite. No, just space. Nice deflect. Just wouldn't change a thing.
Oh well. There's
Good. Good. People leaving us left and right. So far, so good on the banners, guys. I'm sure we'll be fine, right? Right?
yes.
Yeah, Striker. Yeah, exactly, Striker. That's another good point. I didn't think of that either. But again, I stepped away when he was doing that selection stuff.
I mean, you if you saw what I saw, I think I understand. I think I understand what was meant to happen. Like you were meant to have Bausch die on the swipe. If you didn't have Bausch die on the swipe, then I imagine what you're saying matters more. But I saw in the history there plenty of teams with very high health on them getting 65. So I think it's more about that other thing. All right, who you gonna eat, buddy? What's this gonna be?
Surely that decoy. Right?
And I really feel like I want to master if that helps out our man.
Can you ignore taunt?
Yes, he
yeah,
can.
well,
Stealth.
he's got a support cron, so stealth's about to come down. Really not what matters. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough situation for me. All right, well, we made our choice, and we pay the price.
We also learned a lot for the next time we get these roll crons, right? Right?
Yeah.
Well,
we
also
can
next week.
always do
Also next week, if you're going to do this, I think we learned that, Cam didn't feel like he mattered.
Yeah,
And probably
there
wanted
were
more
only a
crit
handful of attempts with really high banners, and he was there, and I do have the health on Master Qui-Gon to really make effective use of the offense boost, so I was down with it.
And I think you wanted to lead with Pow. I think next time I would lead with Pow's middle to ramp his damage for the AoE. That would be a better guarantee.
Does it give him more damage? I know it gives him the 100 speed and all. Okay, man, he made it through the back cleanly. He made it through the back cleanly, so... Yeah, he might have us cooked here, folks. What did he get banners-wise? Let's face the music. 65, 65, and 68, ladies and gentlemen. Damn. We are definitely on the back foot now. So, we have to see. All right.
Oh, it gives him more time to stack up hots and pots. So the middle stacks up gives him time to stack up more hots and pots to make his
for when
assault
when the queen's something buff gives him all the crit damage.
Yeah.
Maybe, but yeah.
I'm just saying I'm learning for next week what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Learning from mistakes.
Hmm. All right. What are we gonna do? I mean, Aphra can certainly great about. Blacker here feels like the highest banner option to you, does it?
No, but it's the most. It's gonna win.
Hmm.
If Leia wins, it's more banners. but
I'm
Leia's
really
not.
tempted to try Gungan because the opportunities here, and we're already on the back foot. If we do lose, I would rather learn something really neat. Because I'm generally.
No, that's true, Banjo. The easiest solution is never do anything but Night Sisters. I agree.
Hmm.
But his Marin was on defense.
True. Pa. Really want to.
In all fairness, Banjo, I thought he was going to DTMG that Jabba. So
that was never the plan of record at all. At any point in time, ever. Past, present, future, in between.
I never said it was. I just said that's what you should do during your planning.
Oh, well.
Whether you listen to me or not is not really all that important.
I guess we would want to ideally cover the rod off you, but that's the.
FC Valentine, see, the problem with the CD is not actually the problem because there won't be enough thermals stacked on the team that fast. Right? He's not going to die that fast from the thermals. You need to get boost dead before she can do her AoE. Which requires some amount of damage, unfortunately.
We are about to have some action.
Damn, you already lost your prod on Jar Jar? Jeez.
I don't know. Gotta just play it out, right? Okay, that looks very attractive. Using the Boba. Nice, just everybody fucking. I actually very smooth. Thank you guys.
Yeah, he was binded.
Honestly, Jack
Oh.
Dennis.
Get fucked.
Boy.
Just get
So,
fucked. Out of
what
existence.
did we learn? What did we learn today?
That this
we
was
saw,
never
we
gonna
saw,
work.
we saw in this stream 2 very high percentage win rate counters just crash out.
To be fair, I did not think this one was going to work. I thought the other one might.
I like to try things.
Oh yeah. It was a good try for sure. You killed one.
All right, okay, so I mean there is progress on the team, so I guess I'll submit it. Boss Nash carry indeed, man. So let me think about this. I want to say I picked Arsenal's brain about this, how he did it last season, and he did say he had the stacking offense working, but he didn't mention about the threat of Ben. That's what I would say. Yeah.
Also,
right.
Jack, Bane lead with one side should be enough against Lord Vader. You probably don't need to do C-Bane. Bane
Against Lord Vader? No, I think just Bane is a problem.
Yeah, somebody in the chat asked if they should see Bane, and if they did, should they use Bane lead? And I was just saying.
Oh, that's fair. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Kellerin. JMK. So JML here, JMK there, and what for BKM? Oh, right. No, Aphra. So I was going to. I do have my Mothma. I have Saw in front. I bet you the Kellerin Beck is meant to be anti-Saw, if I had to guess.
I would Aphra the Bad Batch.
I really want to do that. I really do. I'm inclined to follow the instinct science at this, because it's unlikely that we're going to sink it.
This isn't science. This is a known quantity.
Yes, well, yes. Droid, if we're going to do the FDC...
Yeah, Striker's right. 4-man or no balls? Yeah, exactly.
4-man? I mean, why not? How's that for science? take the Neutron. We've got IG-90. All right, let's see what we can do. No ballsy. Hey, boss. You open with the cooldown increase here?
Yes.
Welcome back. Okay. Sure, that'll be fine. Wow, does she have a lot of sight? All right. Let's start mashing buttons. The mashing buttons, I mean, anything basic. No. How to use that? Mild turn. Stick to the script, I say. Basic.
Sorry, just
Look at that siphon though.
Boy, it'll be crazy if she ever gets to do another special. What do you think?
yeah.
Yeah, she's not getting that.
Might be just the end of the game. I'm inclined to give this over to you because when I do get my next turn, guess who's getting it? Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Thatcher's audio is miserable.
Yeah, that howl is just terrible. It is.
Yeah, it's about as bad as Hondo's. I think
Give him the
Hondo's
flames,
still-
please. Thank you. That was the droid we were looking for. Is this all before the bonus prod is gone? 66. Really slick.
I think that was the correct route.
That was fun. That was worth doing.
Really?
Okay, looks like our
Oh, pretty
opponent's
good.
clear. 14, 6. No, already got it. Okay, minus 6. So let's do the quick math on the ground, man. Unless he completely botches it in fleet, I think he's got us dead to rights. So 1466 minus 76 is 1390 minus 10 minus 240, right? 240, 240, 210. Yeah. Minus 210. 690 divided by 11 is a 62 banner average, which, yeah, a couple 3 drops cannot bear. So, yeesh. All right. Yeah. I guess I give hacker here. Let's go. That's fun. Hacker, crit damage, armor penetration. Armor pen and health is fine. Do I have this one's the one with no armor pen. I'm okay with it. One. Can't call assists onto him. May as well go after GK, I think. Ooh, you know what? Get rid of the Inspire. You can make it turn that in. Almost perfect. Wipe you. And GK. Reason to maybe stun here, prevent him from using an ability coming out of DI. At all. We could do this here. Probably.
not stab away the crit immunity?
Sorry, couldn't hear you there.
I said, why not stab away the crit immunity the last turn?
On who?
The whole team?
What end?
You swipe into crit immunity, which slowed down your ramping of your next ult if you get there. And then the next turn you swipe, or you stab to get rid of crit immunity. When you could have just done that to turn before, but I digress.
You do. 6. I don't know. Mothma?
Kind of sad that you did lose, though.
That what happened?
I am kind of sad that it looks like you're going to lose, though.
I'm not. We took fair risks. No, not even risks. We tried things that looked safe. If you guys watched yesterday's episode, I would say the decision-making process here was largely the same. And, yeah, sometimes sure things are not as sure as initially advertised.
No, I get that. Yeah.
Oh, what do we want here? Attacker, I guess? Light side attackers. This looks good. Oh, don't we want Cassian in this? I think we dropped out.
It doesn't matter against a solo.
Yeah.
I would be hard pressed to believe that it matters against a solo.
You know what? On the off chance that I'm wrong, wouldn't it be crazy to drop for that?
Yeah, Cassian's for 3s. Yeah, that's right, man.
Most debuffs of it. Go get him, boys. All right. That on auto. What's going on in the chat?
He got a 62 and change average.
Yeah, like a 62 point something. Yeah, because he had the one drop and was generally very clean otherwise.
Did you subtract the 10 from the guaranteed banners?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I was just curious.
Did that before the other subtractions.
Okay.
Double.
Yeah.
Rogan. Since we're already sunk, why don't we
Your
try
opponent's in the chat, by the way, Tass.
Sorry? Dark Killer, Big GG, man, was a very good match. Yes, definitely learned some things, because some stuff that looked like it was, that I thought was going to work, now work. So, GG indeed. Tell us, what did you use, I'm curious about. Well, what did you use Lord Vader to 60 the Stranger? Is that it? You like the different choices? Yeah, you know, I try to keep it interesting for myself. But yes, congratulations to you guys. A well-earned win for sure. But yeah, so Stormtrooper Luke, you were selling me the other day at least running him. Stormtrooper Han, if he was better modded maybe with potency, and you were going to say, if not him, Chupio? Or C-3PO, I think you were actually advocating.
I like C-3PO if you're going to run a support cron.
I was thinking attacker here.
Yeah, then I think I'm not sure which one's better with attacker cron.
And I think I might even have another battling around. I mean, I got one.
Yeah, well, I just like it with the support cron because of R2 being a support, Luke being a support, and C-3PO being a support.
I can see the merits. We have a kind of a shitty cron situation. I mean, it's against the weak. All right, let's go ahead and see what happens. Yes, good game indeed. Good fight. See you next week, maybe. We'll see. So tell us, you like the turn meter pass first or the mass? What are you going for yourself?
Generally, you can swap the Drogon right off the rip and bop somebody.
Sure.
And then on
Yes.
C-3PO's turn, you can put him back into stealth if he gets dragged out.
Yeah. Go after Padawans first. Pretty reasonable.
You can do third here. You can do third here because C-3PO is going to be putting Drogon into stealth on his turn.
Yeah, but then we
I think
still
that's
got
fine.
what's his name exposed.
All right, fine. No, you can do just stealth then. It's fine.
Yeah, I take the risk. Yeah, let's go at. Oh yeah, I love that expose. Where are we at with translation? Translation, not on you though. Yeah. Okay. You. Thing. Finish the job. Yeah. I think it must be a really long time since I last.
For what it's worth, if you're trying to push for the Leia ult, you want to stealth everyone but R2. Because he has the damage reduction, so he'll work as like a fake taunt. Or like a fake tank. Because when people hit not Leia people, she gains ult. So it doesn't really matter in this particular matchup, but there will be matchups where you're gonna want to push for ult, and if that's the case, you can leave R2 open.
Tank, right? Yeah, so we'll have to revive.
How dare you?
Yeah, that's also true, Mamata. A lot of counters this season feel dicey or unsafe.
There's right and wrong ways to do things. I think that the Queen had the dependency. So you know, I was trying to make sure that I wouldn't have the days immediately dispelled by Jabba, and indeed it might have been. So I felt like I was justified in holding off Echo's dispel. But what that meant was that we did have to take some swipes with Padawan Obi-Wan into protection. Not a lot of protection. And you could tell by the way that basically everybody survived that I don't really think it was a bit of protection. It was mostly just very high health on the team. So that's my suspicion there.
Well, I also think I like GMY instead of Cam for the tenacity up.
I mean, it's support crown. Jabba has support crown. Support CAD crown.
Yeah, but not all of them are supports. So you have tenacity up when it's not Jabba or CAD's turn.
That's not how it works. On their turn, they put down tenacity down that then goes on to exist. It doesn't stop existing when their turn ends.
I know, but what I'm saying is that it doesn't put it down until it's their turn. I like the product plus tenacity up because there are times where you roll that tenacity up with the counts.
And maybe I'm missing something. I'm just not seeing how it matters. The face of, you know, there is more than one support, so you're going to have pretty frequently that going out.
And you're also missing the other point that I made about the product.
The product's fair. The product is not easily dispelled.
Plus, like GMY is just going to take a shit ton of turns too. But I take your point. Like, I just think Cam is generally squishy and doesn't provide a whole lot of utility.
To be clear, I chose the composition I did because it was there were only a couple teams that had 63 plus banners, and it was like Cam and Echo looked like the very best chance, so that was the call.
Yeah, this is less of an indictment on what you did and more me thinking what I'm going to do. Should I attempt this next week?
Mm-hmm.
So my apologies if you took it that way.
Right.
Because I've just been largely overkilling shit. It would be nice to go back to actually like planning some punch acrosses or even punch ups.
This one.
Need to dial in my bad batch though.
I am thinking about doing more.
I have an R10. I have 2 R10s in the bank, but I don't like the idea of R10ing record. I might see how it works for week 2, and then if necessary, for week 3, I'll put an R10 on.
Fair.
But R10 record just feels gross. But I suppose we've all done a couple of R10s that feel gross at this point.
I've heard some regret from some people out there at this point. Not fatal. Others.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've seen people who have done Hondo or Ahsoka as well. Well, several of those people have expressed some regret on those choices, too. I know I sort of regret my Ezra, but, like, not really. I mean, I regret it in the sense that I did it as early as I did. Now I'd rather have it on someone else, but yeah, that's about as far as my regret on Ezra goes.
Goodbye, friend.
For what it's worth, though, at least week 1. Whoa! yeah. Sorry, I'm watching on Twitch, and I just watched.
Oh yeah.
Ram blow your shit up.
Lay down there.
Yeah. But this does feel like a fair season to say goodbye to these roll crons with.
They're boring, man. They're just boring to exist. I gotta say, on the whole, it has been a pleasure. Like players like this green guy, it's gonna be tough for him to hang with these Go. And while these crons have been here, it's been fun getting to fight people that otherwise are not having crons that let them compete against, big players. So it's awesome, and I hope that you stay, man. I hope that you stay up here, because clearly you know what you're doing. So I would very much like that to be the case. And yeah, prove the haters wrong out there that are going to say that the counts that are down 2-3 million are only here because of the set 25 crons. I think that there are way more people that went hard on those crons than actually know what to do with them.
Oh yeah, like I was talking with you and TJ earlier, like yesterday, about how in my bracket, like pretty much everyone in my bracket had like 6 to 7K rerolls, and they were in like the 14-ish million range, and it's like it's really cool to see some of these accounts able to climb, and I hope that they're all able to do so still after these crons, like you said, because variety is better than the homogeneity that the top 2 brackets kind of end up being after a while.
Sure. Here, what do we have it? Roll it. Let's see. Old Speckled Hand says, faced a full R10 Ewok squad in TW this last round. I bet that guy had no regrets with those R10s. I mean, you can be assured that he had no regrets. That's a sick man and a true devotee. But let's be clear, a very sick man. Nevertheless.
Somebody asked me if I could R10 an entire team, what would I R10? And my response was, I already R10 in my Bane.
See, that there's one of them funny funny.
Yeah.
Jokes. He's a joke. Holy shit! How did you live? Not a fan. Interesting you not. Although, really though, about the whole thing.
All right.
Gonna get
Shield.
wrapped to shit. Here we go. Good thing for the shield.
Anticlimactic. Doo-doo. Bye-bye.
Come on, finish him.
But honestly, this season has actually been fun. Things have been a lot harder than they've looked on paper. And I do appreciate that about this season.
Nice heal. Check.
There have been several fights that I have dropped banners on or even dropped because I'm like, oh, this should work.
Oh, I see. BKK, come out to play. Anytime.
No.
You hear that? He said no.
No. No. All right. We're through the squads. Yeah, indeed, Hayden. For the person who commits the resources to full Relic 10 Ewoks, there can be no regrets. That is for certain.
Yeah, Momada, I feel like he said, I feel like I'm going to have to relearn the game when the Supercrons go away. Likely going to be shocked the first several battles without them. Yes. It will feel like every team that you have got kind of nerfed. Because we have had such disgusting datacrons. This is the 4th month, man. Good lord.
Here. All right, let's see here. Yeah, man. I think we can go for the banner.
Striker says, I need to rediscover some enjoyments in the game after these crons go. Felt nothing but apathy towards it pretty much since they messed up in the set and started.
I empathize. That's largely my experience as well. So.
Yep. I am doing the needful in GAC. Outside of that, yeah, I'm good on these crons. They can. This is probably my least favorite, or sorry, I shouldn't say least favorite. This is probably the most excited I've been for a set to rotate ever.
Yeah.
And I was here at the
pretty
beginning.
rough.
And I was here at the beginning of crons. Yeah, cannot wait for these to go. The worst part about them is that it would have been a really cool set if they hadn't fucked it all up.
Sure.
I thought there were a lot of things opened up and a lot of interesting things if everyone didn't have perfect crons. Oh, that Striker said this is the lowest, definitely the lowest I've felt about the game over the 10 years of participation. This is definitely not the lowest I've been.
It is one of the lowest moments, in my view.
Yeah, I understand that. I just remember when the game had no new content for like almost a year, and there was nothing to do in the game. The game was incredibly boring. As far as things CG did, this is probably something that CG did that made me feel the worst about it.
Fair.
Yeah, Mamada, that was my biggest complaint too, is I put a fair amount of crystals into building really nice crons, only to have everyone be able to do the exact same thing without the investment.
All right.
Hayden says, from a purely spectator point of view, they do seem really annoying to work around as they bypass team mechanics. I don't know if that's how I would explain it, or I think datacrons that can bypass some team mechanics are actually like good design. I think the part that made these poorer design is that they weren't really built to meaningfully interact with teams that already existed. So you're basically just slamming them onto whatever team. By that I mean, like, normally when you have faction-based ones, the mechanics are built around a faction. But for example, giving a team that can't ignore taunt the ability to ignore taunt, while that technically is bypassing team mechanics, I think is a really interesting thing to do. If that makes sense. It's that they're good on too many generic, to a degree. Yes, I think one of my bigger issues with this set, beyond the mistake they made, was that when Rollcrons are around, they just are pervasive, right? Like, they're generally just going to be the best thing available because every team has attackers, healers, or supports, or tanks, right? Like, I don't know how to describe that. I feel like I feel like it just adds a homogeneity to the game that I don't like.
All right. And that's my first time doing the Leviathan just trio against Home One. That seemed very nice. So again, GG to Dark Killer and Dadadan. And yes, very well played. Look forward to seeing you guys again, hopefully soon. Let's go ahead and review it. Now, as far as the attacks that got him through his bottom front wall, and then a couple teams up top, go back to the start of the VOD at other points here in the recording. Dark Killer did his other attacks. The bottom line is that his only drop on the entire defense was up here on Great Mothers, and he withdrew on the first attempt, killed it on the second for like a 43, so it would have been a 63 on the first go, and that was it. Otherwise, nice and clean on Fleet. You could not have that tablet any louder. You really could not.
Yeah, I think Stryker answered the question better than I did. So for the guy on YouTube, yeah, Stryker said, yeah, these crons can be applied to any team due to them being role-specific rather than faction-specific. Effectively, they made it as if all level 3s were God tier. Yes.
Yep. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and review the attacks. Same as usual. Bottom front against his Riva, Grand Inquisitor, Second Sister, Ninth Sister, and Inquisitor Barriss. We used the Boba FDC, so Boba, Zam, Dengar, Boss Grief. Played it a little more deliberately than we did last time in round 1, but we pulled out the 65 here today. We lost Grief last time we did it, so very nice. Against his Great Mothers, DTP, Marin, Morgan, and Spirit. What was it that I ended up going with, actually? Forgot. Traya, that's right. Traya, and I believe it was a 65 at that. 65. To the degree that Talon was useful to secure me a kill. I don't want to... There's a lot of matchups where you don't need Talon and you can stand to pick up the banner. You be the judge. Kind of useful. I don't know if it was mission critical. But yeah, it was otherwise clean. Against EP, Mara Jade. DVDE, Tarkin, and Royal. We used Maz, Kix, Quiggled, SM33, and Athano for 59. Second time doing it. It was really bad last time, and it was a 61. That was with OG Hondo. This time we used SM33 instead, and it was worse, and it was 59. I want to say that we never got a second turn with SM33 the entire time. He never got the chance to do the big bop. You know? So, not overly thrilled with that. Probably won't be looking to do that again. which puts Maz in an interesting spot. There's not a lot of other Sith getting play these days on defense, so I don't know. I'll think about that. All right, against Stranger, Starkiller, Spider Maul, Visas, and Xeris. Originally, on paper, the plan today was to go with Queen. Truthfully, it looks like the only way that looks even semi-reliable, as far as I know, is Lord Vader. There are plenty of people who are losing if Spider Maul and friends choose to gang up on Lord Vader directly, but it feels like RNG might be better for you in that sense. Because against C Bane, I've seen a couple people pull it out and win, and I have a really large C Bane, and that's what I took against his Stranger. It worked essentially the way I thought it would. We got up to ult charge real quick, but then, yeah, they pop off. They get a huge flurry of turns, ship drop. Even after ship drop, Bane was still in green health and everything, but then still, yet again, another huge flurry of turns, just again and again and again and again and again. And essentially, he was at a sliver of red health when Sith Eternal got the chance to transform. Hit the button, and then Bane more or less immediately died, and we did not get the chance to zap. It was really a shame, because we got ability blocked by Spider Maul, and yeah, closed out. Now, it just so happens that a backslap from Sith Eternal took Visas out, so we broke the magic on the team, used DTMG, Gideon, Scout, Night Trooper, since he was available, and OG Moff Gideon with the OG Moff Gideon Datacron at 27, and that was a slick cleanup. No issues whatsoever. Brutalized them. Really makes you wonder if they weren't so powerful as a whole team. So, that's how we got through it. Yeah, Dark Killer in the chat, thanks again for this match. We might face each other next week. Best of luck, my guy. I'll continue to follow your streams. A pleasure, really. Look forward to seeing you again. I love recurring good opponents. It's going to be fun practicing against them. So, see you again very soon, and yes, GG, man. All right, did I cover the back? No. All right, so against Jabba, Chrysanthemum, Bausch, Embo, and Cad with the support cron. There are a few different ways I could go about this. We had JMK, and that's potentially dangerous, but I've done it before. We had Slacker, which I'm reasonably confident would have been pretty high banners. You can get away with a good bit on that fight. Good. In the end, I decided to try Queen. Queen looked very secure, high banners, and the composition that looked most probable to produce those high banners was with Cam and Bad Batch Echo on. I gotta say, like, I'm pretty sure that it all comes down to Padawan Obi-Wan having that one really big swap. To Dagger's point, using Padawan Obi-Wan's middle on his first turn would delay and allow him to accrue more stacks of the Queen's whatever, the locked buff that is generated by Queen and then shared out to her allies. So we could have potentially set the stage for him to hit harder on his AoE, but when the time came, I'd say we took most of the squishy characters under half. I don't know that we got any kills at all. We ended up getting Bausch having an opportunity to throw a second special. That just killed Padawan Obi-Wan outright. Yeah, I think that the winning fights involve just blowing up Bausch. And a feature of these teams that I've dropped on today would be very high health. And we've seen that through the life of Set 25, right? Very high health or just survivability where it applies on teams on defense with these Rollcrons has been very powerful. Anyways, Queen disappointed us. We got everybody but the man himself, and then just on Mothma to clean up. Rey, Swolo, Luminara, Exile, Ezra, and GK. Now, we had Slacker available, not otherwise needed elsewhere, so we absolutely could have gone after this, and I have high confidence this would have been a one-shot. The banners, dubious, but a one-shot, I'm sure it was. However, Gungans was something that looked successful against this composition. Again, I have Relic Delta in my favor. I thought there'd be really some chops to this. And I was further encouraged by the idea that Arsenal used Gungans to defeat my Ray once last 5 versus. And so I didn't really have the opportunity to try this. I wanted to. Took my finest attacker cron with armor penetration, turn meter on the 3, and honestly, we put everybody, the squishies anyway, and GK, into DI rather quickly. That wasn't an issue. What I have to think about is, we didn't really have a way of increasing cooldowns or stunning. How are we going to stun Ben? Because the thing is Ben needed to be... The fact of the matter is, I don't think I've actually seen this before. But yeah, you've got all this protection, right? And they're not going to do a whole lot to you while the generator's alive. But what if you decided to sidestep all that protection altogether with your Ben on his second turn, getting to do his AoE, and basically laying out everybody but Boss Nass, yeah, in one hit. So, false advertising, I think, in my case, because I saw, you might say, oh, Tass, maybe you needed to have the offense cron, maybe something could have been different cron-wise. I don't know. There must be something to it. Maybe there's a more critical focus early in the fight. I don't know. Like, it's unlikely that you're gonna push Ray and Ben low enough to kill Ben without any type of intervening heal from Luminara, or I don't know. I would say I probably won't attempt it again, but I'm glad I tried, because it was a what if that I didn't get to test last season. And now we know. And that's fair. Slacker, of course, cleaned up the remainder. I want to say we took out BK, no, we killed Luminar on the first. Except the rest. Slacker. And of course, against the Ahsoka with Watt and the Tankron, no problems with Leia. I want to say it was like a 63. I ended up putting it on auto. This is after we knew the fight was over, right? So we had a couple drops here. And yeah, that's tough, man. By the way, before I forget, I got to pay out the prediction. More gets it. All of those of you who had faith in me today, you were betrayed. Betrayed by Swugga.gg. That's who I'm blaming on this one. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Anyways, let's go ahead up top. Up here against BKM, Paz, Grogu, BKK, and yeah, Bam. We had JMK left over. I want to say 65. Against Pirate King Hondo, OG Hondo, Bane, Silvo, Brutus with the support cron. Gas CRex, Arc, CRex, and Rex, CRex, Arc, and 5s. Yeah, with the Rex Focus Datacron, we had, in my opinion, our toughest I have been getting. 63 or like 60, the handful of times that I've run this counter now. Very first time where sufficient pressure was put down to seat my gas and kill, force 5s to sacrifice. First time it's happened. So we ended up finishing up the fight with everybody else full. We got a 62 in the end. But yeah, that's the very first time we had enough pressure to make 5 sacrifice. Against Fugitive Omega, Crosshair, Mercenary Wrecker, Mercenary Hunter, and Batcher. Kind of an annoying fight, but we didn't really get a lot of danger. You'll notice that towards the end of the fight, we were towards the very end of that protection up that we started with. So maybe if we didn't have Relic Delta on our side, this might have been tougher for Aphra. But Aphra, BT1, 000, and IG90 4-man this for 66 full banners. The protection up really is transformative of the use of, because yeah, in your hands, this team can lay out the opponent, I think, well before you enter protection up, especially if you've gone to the effort of remodding to emphasize health on it. All right, last but not least, Kelleran, Jocasta, Depa, Temple Guard, and Jedi Master Mace. What is it? No, I used Jabba there. I had JML, I could have done. But I used Jabba since I had Jabba. And yeah, it was bad. We had, first of all, I think I just could have played the fight differently. Nah, they all did their special, so she would have transformed when she did regardless. I was thinking about whether or not it would have been to ignore her, because I tried to put early focus on her to blow her up like you ideally want her to before she transformed. Get it done. After she transformed, we focused her. We hit her DI, did her AoE, and that took out Gando. I want to say Bausch also ended up getting chipped out, and then our surviving three of Jabba, Embo, and Kersantin limped out of the fight. Not an impressive offensive showing from Jabba. Again, this was already long after we sunk the fight, so I was really caring about it. Could have done the same 4-man JML fight. All right, Huron Fleet against his home one. We did Leviathan, just the trio, 76 banners. Couldn't quite get that protection banner back. Get the 77. Against his Executrix, Executor for 74. Note that if I had not brought the tank at all, I could have just 75'd it. Yeah. And against his Endurance, Profundity, with just the Outridership as the reinforcement, 76 banners. Up full. So he had great fleet fights as well. I want to say 76, 76. Then, what was it? And then the 74. So, pretty good. Pretty good. So, what was it? Yeah. They did very, very well. Solid fight. And, yeah, look forward to more next week. It's going to be fun. So, we're 2-1 on the week, folks. Tomorrow, we'll be recording the latest plotting and scheming, so patrons will have it tomorrow night. Yeah, Dadadan, GG Tass, it was a real pleasure to play against you. Likewise, to both of you guys. A real fun match, for sure. Looking forward to seeing you again. All right, let's go ahead and get ready to wrap up, shall we? Dagger, who's still here? Who's still lurking in the chat? Dagger's lurking. I see
just
a Ranger.
Just me and Ranger.
Yeah, I've been here just chilling, just listening to your Jason, your walkthrough. Didn't want to disturb you.
Okay, no worries. Appreciate that. Well, since you're here, Ranger, you got a plug you want to make before I get ready to roll us out the door?
No, I mean, I'm just here chilling. I mean, watch RSG, support our stuff, yada yada yada, humana. I do a lot of fun stuff over there. That's it. Just here supporting the boys.
Dig it. Dig it. Dagger, what do you got to say to the people before we part ways?
I'm here. You're queer. Get over it.
Okay, fair.
I do not think that's how that goes.
I'm 30. I'm 35 right now, and Tass was 18 going in. We are 145 skill points apart.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty real chance that we're going to end up in the same bracket.
Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun, for sure.
I'm coming for them cheeks. I don't care which set, but I'm coming for those cheeks.
It's good. It's good. It's been years in the making, so let's have it then.
It's been like a year and a half.
Years. Half a lifetime
Before you were
ago.
born.
Well, actually, it's only been this account. It's only been this account that I've been like not at the top 50.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, anyways, folks, if you want to be in touch in between episodes, if you'd like to find out when I'm streaming next, you want to be informed when I'm putting out new videos, the best place to do that is to be on my Discord. So there's the link for you to check off the Swugger roll and any other game rolls you're interested in. A whole bunch of games. But yeah, that's the right way. Of course, if you're catching me here live, then you already know I'm here at twitch.tv/Tassenix, and I also simulcast from my YouTube channel, Tassenix Gaming, where if you've not been there before, please do check it out. A whole bunch of Swugger-related content over there that you might be interested in. Stuff like the How to Mod Guide series on building up your mod collection from scratch, the how to mod for specific characters and teams. We got it by faction, right? So, and a video for each character, And that's by your request that I'm taking those out. I still got to work through the rest of the Lord Vader team in the near future. Also, fun stuff up there like, GAC Omicron tier list, which I will be updating soon. And of course, a rebroadcasting point for my Grand Arena focused podcast, Plotting and Scheming, that I make with my friends DΔrk, TJ, Sasha, Aisha, and Fatal, where we break down our combats and the thereabouts of the top 100 of Kyber 1. We'll tell you how we dealt with the meta matchups of the week and the favorite singular fights that we saw out there, our lessons learned for the week to come, and anything else that we think is worth sharing with you. Though that show is native to Spotify, wherever you catch an episode, check the description. There is a link that you can use to plug it into your preferred podcast program, and that way. Anything you enjoy over on the YouTube, please hit like, hit subscribe to the channel to see more, which all fantastic ways to support the channel, absolutely free, and I appreciate it. We're still growing, so thank you for your continued interest. And of course, if you want to go above and beyond the Call of Duty to support the stream, there are a few ways to do so. First, I have a Cash App, that is $Tassenix. I have a PayPal, which is tassenix@gmail.com. And if you're interested in getting some enhanced scouting power for yourself, early access to my content, and a few other benefits, you may be interested in becoming a patron. Check out patreon.com/Tassenix. For any upwardly mobile Grand Arena player, there is something there of interest for you. At $5 a month, you enter the TAS House at VIP access level, where you get early access to the Plotting and Scheming show, which is coming out to our general audience Friday mornings at 8 a.m., but patrons have it as early as Monday or Tuesday night, depending on time to record, giving you early insight going into that first round of the week. Occasionally, I'll also make patron-exclusive videos that you guys will have at least a month ahead of the general public, and of course, a dedicated text and voice chat on Discord where I am usually lurking, so pop on in and say hi. Thank you so much to all my patrons here at VIP Access. Moving on up to the $10 a month tier is VIP Access Plus, where you get a bundled Patreon access to me and to your choice of either OmegaBot or Hot Utils Patreon. OmegaBot is that tool that I highlight at the start of all of my Grand Arena streams. It's the one with the graphs, giving you an easily understood sense of your opponent's offensive and defensive tendency. Anybody can use that tool for free to scout their opponent's last week of Grand Arena history, but only patrons can build out a custom report with any number of weeks. You get a downloadable HTML version of the report with embedded links that'll take you right back into Swugga.gg or Insight with data pre-sorted, just helping you further minimize and focus your scout. Alternatively, you might spring for the Hot Utils Patreon, aka Chili subscription, which is your #1 tool for mass mod management and loadout creation. Nothing else lets you switch so easily between your Grand Arena, TB, TW, and Raid mods. You can use it like TJ and Fatal do to comprehensively remod your roster with the powerful automation. Check out that other video on YouTube, How to Hot Utils. Are a hot util. Not familiar with how to do that automation? Teach you the way. You can also do cool stuff like help out your guild in TW, slice through hundreds of mods in seconds, transform all those bronziums instantly into goodies, and so much more. No wrong way to go at VIP Access Plus. Thank you to all my patrons here. At the top of the list, in VIP Access Premium, this is $15 a month for the Double Bot bundle. So Patreon access for me, OmegaBot, and Hot Utils all under one price. Going out and getting these bots anywhere else costs the same as this triple bundle, which is why so many of my patrons say it's one of the best values in the game. Thank you so much to all my patrons here at VIP Access Premium. I know you guys enjoy the double bots. Here at the top, Injustice Club Elite, the one, the only Nomad's Reaper, a madman who pops in from time to time, goes crazy, giving out hundreds of subs, thousands of biddies, done it many times. Thank you so much for the incredibly generous support, man. To Pills, one of my patrons, who has, recently followed in the steps of Nomads, popping in towards the end of streams, 10 subs gifted here, 100 subs gifted there. I'm never quite sure what to expect, but I very much appreciate it, man. Special thanks go first out to the Lost Womp Rat, one of my patrons who's gone above and beyond, not only for me, but for my community at large, helping us out with all of our technical issues, whether we're streamers, or you got a problem, with Hot Utils, stuff like that. He's a pretty helpful, knowledgeable guy. Thanks for all your time and help, Womp Rat. To Mrs. T, my wife, thank you for all you do in the background, whether that's bringing me something to eat or drink on stream, or just keeping our daughter from tearing the house apart while I'm attempting to be the very best, like no one ever was, at a phone game. I appreciate you. And of course, to my co-hosts on Plotting and Scheming, DΔrk, TJ, Sasha, Aisha, and Fatal, Gentlemen, as ever, it is my pleasure and privilege to record our show every week together. Despite the pressures of work and family, you guys still carve out the time, and I surely do appreciate it because I learn something in every episode. I hope you guys occasionally feel the same, but regardless, it's not about us. It is about the viewer, the listener, tuning into our show. It is rare that a day goes by that somebody doesn't leave a kind note thanking us for something they picked up and were able to apply, helping them win the day in their own grand arena. So we are having the effect that we wanted to. Go, guys. Thank you for being a part of it, and I wouldn't change a thing. All right, back on over to the main scene. Made it to the end. Let's make ready to raid you out. What's going on over here? Ooh. Okay, Arnold's still going. Sending out all you YouTube folks over there to Arnold. Thank you for tuning in. Catch you next week. All right, Twitch. Ready. What we got out here? Oh, Rabid Beaver's still up. All right, let's go ahead and send you on out to Rabid. Thank you all for tuning in. It was a very fun first week. Again, GG to DΔrk KiIISr and DadadadAdan. Very fun and looking forward to time. Until then, it's been real. It's been awesome. It's been real awesome. Take care.